Hey everyone, welcome back to the All Old Rare Coins channel. If you're passionate about rare and valuable coins, you're in for a treat today. We're diving into one of the hidden gems of US coinage, the 1974 Liberty Quarter Dollar. You might think, it's just a quarter, but trust me, this coin has a story that could make it worth much more than its face value. So, stick around until the end, because you'll be amazed at just how much this particular coin could be worth today. Let's start by understanding a bit of history. The 1974 Liberty Quarter Dollar was minted during a time of significant change in the United States. It was the final year of the bicentennial period, which celebrated the 200th anniversary of the United States independence. While the bicentennial quarter took over the spotlight in 1975 and 1976, 1974 was still a crucial year in the coin's legacy. On the obverse of the 1974 Liberty Quarter, we see the familiar profile of George Washington. This iconic design by John Flanagan has been on the quarter since 1932, symbolizing Washington's leadership and the founding of the nation. The reverse side of the coin features the majestic eagle, a symbol of strength and freedom. The design has remained almost identical over the years, adding to the timeless appeal of the Liberty Quarter. Now, you might be wondering, what makes the 1974 Liberty Quarter so valuable? Well, let's take a closer look. In terms of production, the 1974 quarter was struck at the Denver Mint, and millions of these coins were produced and put into circulation. So, on the surface, it doesn't seem all that rare, right? However, as we know, rarity isn't just about how many coins were made, it's about condition, scarcity, and sometimes a little bit of luck. The key factor that sets certain 1974 quarters apart from others is their condition. As with any coin, the better its condition, the higher its potential value. The majority of these quarters were used in everyday transactions, so they show signs of wear and age. But what if you happen to find a 1974 quarter that's in near mint or uncirculated condition? That's where the real value lies. Coins that have been well preserved and are free from scratches, discoloration, or heavy circulation marks are far rarer than those that have been passed around in pockets for years. When a coin is kept in mint condition, it retains its sharp details and clean surfaces, which make it highly desirable to collectors. The 1974 Liberty Quarter is no exception. If you find one that looks almost brand new, you could be holding on to something quite valuable, but it doesn't stop there. While condition plays a massive role in determining value, another key factor is the presence of minting errors. Minting errors happen when something goes wrong during the production process, leading to a unique feature on a coin. It could be a double strike, an off-center print, or even a misalignment in the die. These types of errors are rare and highly sought after by collectors, as they make the coin one-of-a kind. In fact, some 1974 Liberty Quarters have been discovered with these kinds of minting flaws. Coins with mint errors, especially those that are more extreme or unusual, can fetch astronomical prices. These errors are often the result of something going wrong during the minting process, but when they're found, they become instant rarities. Now, let's get to the exciting part. How much can the 1974 Liberty Quarter actually be worth? Well, if you happen to find a 1974 quarter in excellent, uncirculated condition, it could already be worth much more than its face value. But if you're lucky enough to come across one with a minting error, you could be looking at an incredible return on your investment. In fact, some of these 1974 quarters with rare minting errors have sold for a staggering $73,000. Yes, you heard that right, $73,000 for a single quarter. That's an amazing amount of money for a coin that started out as just 25 cents. This is a perfect example of how a coin that may seem ordinary at first glance can become a highly valuable collector's item when it has the right combination of factors: rarity, condition, and maybe even a little bit of luck. So, how do you check if your 1974 Liberty Quarter might be worth a small fortune? Start by looking at its condition. If it's in pristine, uncirculated shape with no visible signs of wear, then you might be sitting on a rare find. Next, look for any potential minting errors. Check for signs like misprints, double strikes, or anything that stands out as unusual. If you find an error, it could significantly increase the value of your coin. The 1974 Liberty Quarter serves as a great reminder of how valuable even common coins can be. Whether it's a pristine, well-kept coin or one that features an unexpected minting error, this small quarter could be worth far more than you think. In conclusion, the 1974 Liberty Quarter is a prime example of how rarity, condition, and errors can transform a simple coin into a high-value treasure. If you have one of these quarters in your collection, be sure to check it closely. You could be holding a rare coin worth thousands of dollars. And if you happen to come across a 1974 Liberty Quarter with a minting error, you could find yourself with a coin worth $73,000. Next coin, we're diving into a truly fascinating coin, the 1967 United States Liberty Quarter Dollar. You might think it's just another quarter, but let me tell you, this coin has some serious potential when it comes to value. If you've ever wondered how a coin that was minted almost 60 years ago could be worth more than you can imagine, stick around because by the end of this video, you'll be amazed by just how much a 1967 Liberty Quarter could be worth. Let's begin by taking a look at the history of this iconic coin. The 1967 Liberty Quarter is part of a long-running series that's been in production since 1932. The design, created by John Flanagan, features George Washington's profile on the obverse side, representing the first president of the United States and the foundation of the nation itself. On the reverse, the quarter showcases a majestic eagle, a powerful symbol of freedom and strength. In 1967, the coin was part of the regular circulation, and millions were minted to be used by everyday people in transactions across the country. However, as time went on, a few things about this particular quarter started to stand out, making it a valuable piece for collectors. So what makes the 1967 Liberty Quarter special? First, let's talk about the significance of the year. 1967 was a time of great change and upheaval in the United States. The country was deeply involved in the Vietnam War, and the social and political landscape was shifting rapidly. The coin itself is a snapshot of a moment in time, a moment when the nation was caught in the throes of significant change. While other quarters from earlier years may be more common or easier to find, the 1967 Liberty Quarter carries with it a sense of historical significance, but it's not just the history that makes this quarter stand out. Like many coins, the value of the 1967 Liberty Quarter is determined by several factors: its condition, rarity, and any potential mint errors. As with most coins, the better the condition, the higher the value. Coins that have been well preserved, without any scratches or signs of wear, are far rarer and more valuable than those that were circulated heavily. So, if you have a 1967 Liberty Quarter in pristine, uncirculated condition, it's already worth a lot more than you might think. What really sets this quarter apart from others is the rarity of finding it in excellent condition. Most of the 1967 quarters that were used in daily circulation have experienced wear and tear, with faded details and signs of age. But in the world of coin collecting, a well-maintained coin is a treasure. The rarity of finding a 1967 Liberty Quarter that has survived all these years in near-perfect condition makes it highly desirable to collectors, who are willing to pay a premium for such a find. Now, let's talk about another important factor: mint errors. Mint errors are something every collector loves to find, and they can significantly increase a coin's value. These errors occur when something goes wrong during the minting process, leaving behind a coin that's slightly different from the intended design. This could be a double strike, a misalignment, or any number of other flaws that make the coin unique. If you're lucky enough to find a 1967 Liberty Quarter with one of these minting errors, it could make your coin worth much more than its face value. Minting errors are incredibly rare, which is why they are so highly sought after by collectors. Even a small error can make a coin extremely valuable. And while the 1967 Liberty Quarter is already valuable due to its age and condition, if you happen to stumble upon one with an error, it could be worth a lot more than you expected. So, you're probably wondering, how much is a 1967 Liberty Quarter worth? Well, if you find one that's in perfect, uncirculated condition, you're already looking at a coin worth several $100s, maybe even more. But if you happen to find one with a minting error or some other rare feature, the value can jump significantly. In fact, some 1967 Liberty quarters have been known to sell for an astounding $100,000, yes, you heard that right, $100,000. That's the kind of value a rare, error-free, or exceptional 1967 Liberty quarter can command in the right market. Imagine holding a coin that was once worth just 25 cents but is now worth enough to change your life. It's a prime example of how coin collecting can turn seemingly ordinary objects into extraordinary treasures. Now, how do you know if your 1967 Liberty quarter might be worth a fortune? First, check its condition. Look for sharp details, minimal wear, and clean surfaces. If it looks like it's hardly ever been in circulation, you might just have a valuable piece on your hands. Next, look for any minting errors. If the coin has a unique characteristic, whether it's a double strike, an off-center print, or something else that doesn't look quite right, it could be worth a lot more than you think. The 1967 Liberty quarter is a perfect example of how a coin, even one from just a few decades ago, can be worth far more than its face value. With its historical significance, its design, and the rarity of finding one in top condition, this coin is a must-have for collectors looking to add something truly special to their collection. In conclusion, the 1967 Liberty quarter is much more than just a piece of currency. It's a piece of history, a work of art, and potentially, a small fortune waiting to be discovered. So, take a moment to look through your coin collection. If you happen to find a 1967 Liberty quarter, take the time to assess its condition carefully. It could be worth $100,000. Now, we're diving into a modern coin that's catching the eye of many collectors, the United States Liberty $quarter coin from 2021D. You might be thinking, how could a coin from just a few years ago be worth a lot of money? Well, stick with me because by the end of this video, you'll be amazed at how much this 2021 Liberty quarter could actually be worth. Let's start by taking a closer look at this coin's history. The 2021D Liberty quarter was minted as part of the ongoing quarter series that has featured George Washington's profile since 1932. But 2021 was a year with something extra special. It marked a continuation of the America the Beautiful series. This series, which started in 2010, honors national parks and other significant landmarks across the country, highlighting the natural beauty and heritage of the United States. The 2021D quarter features the familiar profile of George Washington on the obverse, designed by John Flanagan. But it's the reverse side where things start to get interesting. The reverse side of the 2021D Liberty quarter highlights a unique design that represents the Tuskegee Airmen National Historic Site in Alabama. This site is dedicated to the courageous and pioneering African American pilots who served in World War II. The design of this quarter captures the spirit of those brave aviators, symbolizing both heroism and progress in American history. The 2021D Liberty quarter, like its predecessors, was minted at the Denver Mint, as indicated by the D mint mark. However, because this coin was struck during the special year of 2021, it has become part of a more limited series of coins. While the United States Mint produces millions of quarters each year, coins from this specific period, especially with unique designs, tend to stand out more in the collecting world. It's the combination of rarity, history, and special design features that makes coins like the 2021D Liberty quarter so attractive to collectors. Now, let's talk about what makes this coin worth paying attention to. In terms of design, the 2021D Liberty quarter has a special place in the history of U.S. coinage. The Tuskegee Airmen design adds a layer of significance that appeals to history buffs, veterans, and collectors alike. However, the real value of this quarter lies in a few key factors. First, we can't ignore the importance of condition. Coins that are in excellent condition, free from scratches, nicks, or signs of heavy circulation, are always more valuable than coins that show signs of wear. And while most quarters are used in everyday transactions and quickly show their age, the 2021D Liberty quarter is still in the early stages of its life cycle, meaning that many of them are still in pristine condition. Coins that are uncirculated or near mint are highly sought after by collectors, as they represent the coin in its original, untouched state. Secondly, scarcity plays a role in the value of any coin. Even though the U.S. Mint produces millions of quarters every year, there are only so many in circulation that have remained in perfect condition. This makes high-quality 2021 D Liberty quarters rarer than you might think. And, as with any collectible item, the rarer something is, the more valuable it becomes. Another factor that adds value to these coins is the potential for mint errors. Minting errors occur when something goes wrong during the production process, leading to a coin that is slightly different from the original design. Whether it's a misaligned strike, a double die, or any other mistake, mint errors can dramatically increase the value of a coin. For example, a 2021 D Liberty quarter with an error might be worth far more than one without. Mint errors are often unique and highly desirable, making them a great find for collectors. So, how much could the 2021 D Liberty quarter be worth? Well, the value of a single coin can vary depending on its condition and any unique features it might have. If you happen to find a 2021 D Liberty quarter that's in excellent, uncirculated condition, you're already looking at a coin worth several $100s. However, the real money comes when you find a coin with a minting error or some other rare feature. In some cases, these coins have sold for as much as $10,000, yes, you heard that right, $10,000. That's an incredible amount of money for a coin that's not even a decade old. It just goes to show how much the value of a coin can increase when it has the right combination of factors, such as excellent condition, rarity, and maybe even a minting error. If you happen to find a 2021 D Liberty quarter with a unique flaw or minting mistake, you could be looking at a coin worth a small fortune. So, how do you check if your 2021 D Liberty quarter might be worth something significant? Start by inspecting the coin for any visible imperfections or minting errors. Look for anything unusual, whether it's an off-center strike, a doubling of the design, or any other feature that doesn't look quite right. Next, take a good look at its condition. A quarter that's still in near-perfect shape will be much more valuable than one that's been used and worn down over time. In conclusion, the 2021 D Liberty quarter is much more than just another coin in circulation. It's a unique piece of American history, a representation of bravery and perseverance, and a valuable collectible for anyone lucky enough to find one in pristine condition or with a minting error. So, if you happen to come across a 2021 D Liberty quarter in your pocket change or in your coin collection, don't just dismiss it. You could be holding onto something that's worth far more than 25 cents. Next coin, we're going to talk about a coin that might just be hiding in your pocket change right now, the 2019 D Liberty quarter dollar. At first glance, it might seem like any other quarter you see floating around, but as we dive deeper into the details, you'll be amazed by its potential value. The 2019 D Liberty quarter isn't just another coin, this one has a story to tell, and if you're lucky enough to have one in great condition, you might be sitting on a valuable treasure. Stick around because by the end of this video, we'll reveal how much this quarter could actually be worth. Let's start with some background. The United States has been producing quarters for over 200 years, and while most of them have George Washington's profile on the obverse, the reverse side of the coin has seen many different designs over the years. The 2019 D Liberty quarter was part of the America the Beautiful series, which honors U.S. national parks and historic sites. The 2019 quarter specifically commemorates the War in the Pacific National Historical Park, located in Guam. This park honors the sacrifices of soldiers during World War II, particularly those who fought in the Pacific Theater. On the reverse side of this coin, you'll see a stunning design featuring a bomb crater that marks the devastation of war, and a resilient tree growing from the center, symbolizing hope and recovery. This imagery is deeply meaningful and represents the bravery and spirit of the soldiers who fought for freedom. The obverse side of the 2019 D Liberty quarter still carries the classic profile of George Washington, designed by John Flanagan, which has been part of the quarter since 1932. Now, let's talk about why this specific coin could be worth far more than face value. The value of any coin depends on several factors, including its design, age, rarity, condition, and sometimes even minting errors. The 2019 D Liberty Quarter might seem like a modern coin, but it is still part of a collectible series, which gives it a leg up when it comes to value. Condition plays a huge role in determining a coin's worth. The more pristine the coin, the higher its value. Many coins, including the 2019 D Liberty Quarter, go through regular circulation, which means they often pick up scratches, nicks, and other imperfections. But here's the thing, coins that are well preserved, without any signs of wear and tear, are highly sought after by collectors. If you happen to have a 2019 D quarter that's in uncirculated or near mint condition, you could already be holding a coin that's worth more than the 25 cents it shows on its face, but that's not all. There's another factor that makes the 2019 D Liberty Quarter potentially more valuable: mint errors. These are coins that have some sort of mistake during the minting process. Maybe the die wasn't aligned properly, or perhaps there's a double strike or a misprint. These errors are extremely rare and can make a coin much more valuable. Coin collectors love mint errors because they represent unique and one-of-a-kind pieces of history. If you have a 2019 D Liberty Quarter that has any minting error, it could drastically increase the coin's value. Some mint errors can be subtle, so it's important to examine your coin carefully. Look for things like double features, misaligned designs, or any strange markings that don't look quite right. These errors can be worth thousands, and in some cases, even more. A small mistake at the mint can turn an ordinary coin into a highly sought-after treasure. So, just how much can the 2019 D Liberty Quarter be worth? Well, the truth is that its value depends on the condition it's in, any possible minting errors, and how rare the coin becomes over time. While a regular, well-preserved 2019 D quarter might fetch a few $100s, coins with mint errors or in exceptional condition can fetch far higher prices. In fact, a 2019 D Liberty Quarter in perfect, uncirculated condition or one with a rare minting error could be worth up to $14,000. Yes, you heard that right, $14,000. That's an incredible price for a quarter that was minted just a few years ago. It's a perfect example of how a seemingly ordinary coin can be worth far more than face value if you have the right combination of factors: condition, rarity, and perhaps even a little bit of luck with mint errors. So, how can you tell if your 2019 D Liberty Quarter is worth more than just a quarter? Start by examining the condition closely. If it's been well kept and shows no signs of wear, it could already be a valuable piece. Check for any minting errors. These can often make a huge difference in the coin's worth. If you spot any, consider having your coin professionally appraised to find out just how much it's worth. In conclusion, the 2019 D Liberty Quarter is a fascinating piece of American history and a prime example of how a modern coin can become highly valuable. Whether you've got one in your collection or just happen to find one in your pocket change, take the time to examine it. With the right condition and the possibility of mint errors, this quarter could be worth a small fortune, up to $14,000. Now, we're diving into a fascinating coin that might just be sitting in your collection or even in your pocket change, the 2018 P Liberty Quarter Dollar. Now, when we think about valuable coins, many of us immediately picture rare, old relics from centuries ago. However, the 2018 P Liberty Quarter proves that even modern coins can hold significant value if you know what to look for. In this video, we'll take a closer look at what makes this specific quarter so valuable and how you could potentially turn this seemingly ordinary coin into a substantial sum. So, let's start with some background. The 2018 P Liberty Quarter is part of the America the Beautiful series, which celebrates the beauty of national parks and historic landmarks across the United States. Each year, a new quarter design is released to honor a different park, and the 2018 release featured the Pictured Rocks National Lakeshore, located in Michigan. This national park is famous for its dramatic cliffs, pristine beaches, and colorful rock formations, making it a perfect subject for the quarter's design. On the reverse side of the 2018 P Liberty Quarter, you'll find a stunning depiction of the Pictured Rocks National Lakeshore, with the park's colorful cliffs and shoreline shown in striking detail. The design also includes a soaring eagle, which further symbolizes the natural beauty and freedom that these parks represent. On the obverse side of the coin, we still see George Washington's iconic profile, a design that has graced the quarter since 1932, designed by John Flanagan. Now, you might be wondering why a relatively recent coin like the 2018 Liberty Quarter could have value far beyond its 25-cent face value. To understand that, we need to look at a few factors: condition, rarity, and any potential minting errors. All of these factors come into play when determining the worth of a coin, and if you have a pristine example of the 2018 quarter, it could be worth far more than you think. Condition is one of the most important elements when it comes to a coin's value. As many of these coins were used in everyday transactions, they often show signs of wear and tear. Scratches, dings, and faded details can reduce a coin's value. However, if you're lucky enough to have a 2018 quarter that's been kept in uncirculated or near mint condition, you could be looking at a valuable coin. The fewer imperfections a coin has, the more desirable it becomes to collectors. Additionally, the 2018 Liberty Quarter is a relatively recent issue, which means it hasn't been around long enough to be as rare as some older coins. However, coins that were minted in limited quantities or in special conditions often become rare over time, and the 2018 quarter could be one of those examples. As the years go on and more coins enter circulation, finding one that's in perfect condition becomes more and more difficult. That's where the value of the coin begins to rise. Another important factor to consider is the possibility of mint errors. Mint errors occur when there's a mistake during the coin production process, such as a misaligned die, double strikes, or other irregularities. Mint errors are rare, and collectors love them because they're one-of-a-kind pieces that stand out in a collection. If you happen to find a 2018 Liberty Quarter with a minting error, you could be holding a coin that's worth much more than the average coin from this series. So, how much could a 2018 Liberty Quarter be worth? Well, the answer depends on several factors, including the condition of the coin and whether it has any minting errors. A well-preserved, uncirculated 2018 quarter could easily fetch a few $100s, but if you have one with a rare minting error or it's in especially pristine condition, the value could be much higher. In fact, a 2018 Liberty Quarter, in perfect condition or with a minting error, could be worth as much as $22,000. Yes, that's right, $22,000 for a single quarter. While this might sound like a lot, it's entirely possible if you find one with the right combination of features. Coins like this are highly prized by collectors, and if you're lucky enough to own one, it could be a serious windfall. You might be asking yourself, how do I know if my 2018 Liberty Quarter is worth that much? The first thing to do is closely inspect the condition of the coin. If it looks like it's just been pulled from the mint and shows no signs of circulation, you could already be looking at a valuable coin. Then, check for any minting errors. Look for things like doubled features, misaligned prints, or any other irregularities that could set your coin apart from others. If you think you might have found a gem in your collection or in your spare change, it's a good idea to have the coin professionally graded. Professional grading services can provide a detailed assessment of your coin's condition and authenticity, giving you a better idea of its value in the current market. With the right condition and features, the 2018 Liberty Quarter could very well be worth a lot more than you ever imagined. In conclusion, the 2018 Liberty Quarter is a fascinating and valuable coin, especially when it's in excellent condition or has a unique minting error. It's amazing to think that a quarter minted just a few years ago could hold so much value, but that's the magic of coin collecting. If you happen to find one of these coins in your collection, take a closer look. It could be worth up to $22,000. Thank you for tuning in to today's video. If you found this information useful and want to learn more about rare and valuable coins, be sure to like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss a future coin discovery. Keep hunting for those hidden treasures. You never know what valuable coins might be waiting for you. Happy collecting!